Imagine waking up one morning and discovering that someone spent months convincing strangers you are dangerous, dishonest, unstable, or abusive. They are not breaking into your house, they are breaking into your reputation. By the time you realize what is happening, hundreds or even thousands of people have already heard their version of the story. Usually, when we think about a nasty neighborhood dispute, the conflict is physical. You see a fence built over a property line or garbage dumped on a front lawn. You point a camera, show the grass, and the evidence is right there. Step into the digital neighborhood of content creation, though, and that physical fence vanishes. The trash is not dumped on your grass. It is dumped directly into your career, your personal life, and your mental health. It is psychological trespassing. Welcome to the Rabbitflea Broadcast. If you find value in these investigative deep dives, please take a moment to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. We are not monetized, so any support sent through our Linktree link in the video description is deeply appreciated and helps keep these videos coming. Today, I want to walk you through the experiences of 3 women: Nora from Thespian Lesbian, Lindsay from The Linzer Show, and Reese from Relatable Reese. All 3 are standing their ground against intense online rage baiting and harassment. When I first started looking into this story, I had to ask myself an important question. Are we looking at messy internet drama? Or is there something systematically targeted happening here? In reviewing the available material, the friction stems from years of vitriol directed at these women by a prominent former Scientologist and YouTube creator, Aaron Smith Levin. What makes these interpersonal clashes so compelling isn't just the drama. It is how closely they mirror established frameworks of psychological abuse. Strip away the comment section noise, and you see covert aggression and what therapists define as a coordinated discrediting campaign. Let us break down the tactics first, because understanding the mechanism is the only way to recognize it. A lot of this comes down to rage baiting. This is not just someone posting an opinion to start a debate. It is the intentional provocation of anger and escalation of conflict specifically for views, attention, or financial gain. It is throwing a match into dry brush just to profit off the arrival of the fire trucks. In this case, that match is tied to a specific history. Multiple creators, alongside available statements, allege that Aaron relies heavily on fair game, a historical Scientology policy aimed at destroying critics by going after their reputations, families, and livelihoods until they are silenced. Aaron has also faced public legal issues in Clearwater, Florida. Reporting from Florida Politics details an incident where he was charged with misdemeanor battery after allegedly assaulting a Church of Scientology security guard. Court records show his bail was later revoked, and he was taken back into custody after being accused of a second battery incident involving another church staff member, resulting in jail time and probation. He is also currently facing lawsuits put forth by other on- and offline individuals as a direct result of his words and behaviors. Legal matters evolve over time, so depending on when you watch this, check current local court records for updated case statuses. When someone leaves a high-control environment, it sometimes feels as if they carried those exact conflict strategies right into their new life. It is a calculated, preemptive strike. The goal of a coordinated narrative like this is to systematically poison a target's network before they even have a chance to tell their side of the story. Plant the seeds of doubt early, manipulate proxies, and perform victimhood. That way, when the target finally speaks up, the audience has already been conditioned to view them as unstable. When you are staring down that kind of attack, your instinct is to fight fire with fire. These 3 women show us that there are much smarter ways to survive it. Let's start with Nora. Her background is heavy. Born into Scientology, she signed a billion-year contract and was sent to a forced labor camp for being gay, before eventually escaping. She built a platform exposing those systemic abuses, only to become a primary target of relentless online harassment. The tension peaked when Aaron threatened legal action against her, claiming she doxed board members of his foundation. Nora firmly maintained she was only using publicly available documents. During a broadcast confronting one of his vocal defenders, Nora refused to get emotional. She brought receipts. She laid out transcripts and video clips, methodically calling out his operation as a cash grab and pointing out the hypocrisy behind his stated goals. I'll admit, what she did next surprised me. After standing her ground so effectively, Nora announced she was taking a mental health break from YouTube. In the creator economy, stepping away is scary. The algorithm punishes you, momentum slows, and income drops. It can feel like handing your attacker a victory. That only holds true if you measure success by algorithm metrics instead of your own psychological survival. Here is where things get interesting. The goal of a public attack is simple: provoke a reaction. If you explode publicly, your reaction becomes the next piece of content. Nora refused to give anyone that, especially Aaron. Instead, she stepped away, taking time to process her emotions in private with professionals, family, and trusted friends. She did not surrender. She quarantined the ASL virus until it ran out of room to spread and become even more toxic for her. What if walking away is not an option? What if the person attacking you holds personal secrets over your head? That brings us to Lindsay from The Linzer Show. Lindsay hosted a raw live stream detailing her 4-year relationship with Aaron, alleging severe patterns of coercive control and cyberstalking. Despite the fact Lindsay has a laundry list of examples of Aaron crossing the line in one way or another, a chilling detail stands out. She claims that during a brief period when she was in jail, Aaron added himself to her tablet contact list. Psychologically, that is a subtle signal of intimidation. It is a way of saying, I can reach you anywhere. Additionally, he recently posted an old video of one of the lowest times in life, while verbally attacking her sobriety and family life. When I watched Lindsay's stream, I completely understood why she was anxious and crying. Instead of trying to put on a brave face or hide her past, she laid it all out. She openly talked about her early recovery from addiction and admitted to past relapses. Exposing your deepest vulnerabilities on the internet feels terrifying. In this context, it was a smart decision. Publicly, her past struggles had been used to attack her credibility and frame her as an unreliable narrator, so people would not believe her claims. Harassment thrives on shame. If you are terrified of a secret coming out, the other person holds power. By putting her story out there herself, Lindsay disarmed it completely. She called her sobriety her power. The shame was gone, so the control vanished. Even better, she shifted the battleground entirely. Lindsay took her documentation, text logs, and call records directly to law enforcement to pursue formal action. She moved the fight out of the chaotic court of public opinion and into a real court of law. And now, the final of the three ladies. The situation around Reese from Relatable Reese is messy, filled with intense cross-allegations and critical online communities attacking her and her husband, Tommy Scoville. Her approach to handling public discrediting offers an important lesson. Instead of just defending herself against endless claims, Reese flipped the dynamic by dragging the hidden mechanics into the light. She shared proof of behind-the-scenes pressure, including text messages where Aaron demanded another creator stop working with Reese. By showing those messages, she exposed the subtle manipulation at play. An attacker tries to look reasonable in public, while privately enforcing social isolation and issuing ultimatums behind closed doors. Her responses to Aaron's attacks have been measured, insightful, and thought-provoking, even when presented through humor. Reese also shared a personal mindset shift that I think a lot of us can use when dealing with toxic people. She calls it placing people where they belong. When someone turns on you, the natural reaction is to engage in shouting matches or frantic blocking. Placing people where they belong means simply adjusting your expectations. You move them to an emotional space in your mind that requires zero trust and zero personal investment. It is a quiet, firm boundary that does not need a public scene. The stories of Nora, Lindsay, and Reese show us that standing your ground against an online discrediting campaign takes serious courage. These women are navigating an incredibly difficult digital landscape, and their platforms deserve support. I encourage you to check out and follow Nora at Thespian Lesbian, Lindsay at The Linzer Show, and Reese at Relatable Reese to show them your support directly on their channels. If you want to know how to respond if you ever find yourself facing a targeted character attack, make sure to watch our companion video. In that episode, we break down a complete psychological self-defense playbook covering tactical steps, nervous system regulation, and long-term reputation recovery. Thank you so much for watching and spending your time with me today. If you found value in this breakdown, please hit that like button and subscribe to support the channel so we can keep bringing you these deep dives. Stay safe out there, keep your boundaries strong, and I will see you in the companion video.